Finish. Can everyone see my screen?
Yeah, sure. Cassie.
Okay, thank you. Okay, welcome back again, students. Okay, I don't know whether the last session, right, whether y'all were taking notes when the presenters were presenting. Can you remember who presented the last session? Did any of you write any notes? Okay, so basically, I think last week, okay, when y'all were presenting, okay, I actually took down, okay, Sayumi presented, right? And then actually I wrote down some of the key points that she mentioned the last lesson. Okay, I won't go through now because later what happened is that based on the presentation, okay, we will actually write a role play script together. Okay, but before that, I already received some of your responses that you all managed to put on the Google form. So that is very good. So I will just be showing those on the screen. And then if you are here later, if it's possible for you to unmute, then you can unmute and share with the rest. Okay, if not, then maybe I can get some of your friends to help to read out your presentations. Okay, so I'm very happy to receive your responses. Okay, I think about 7 of you managed to put in your responses. So that is very good. Okay, I'll just show the first one first. Okay, so this is basically what Rangana typed. Is Rangana here with us today? Let's see. Okay, I think I don't see Rangana here. Maybe would anyone like to help to read out on Rangana's behalf? Who wants to volunteer to read and help her present? Hasun, I saw you unmuted. Would you like to try? Yes, Muthu, would you like to try and read?
My favorite cartoon character is Cinderella. She is a very beautiful princess, but she is not happy because her stepmother is very evil.
Okay, thank you, Muthu, for reading the first paragraph. Okay, who would like to read the second paragraph?
She is given a lot of homework at home. After her father died, her stepmother abused her a lot. She also wore different clothes.
Thank you, Suwani. Okay, who would like to go next? What about maybe Rashinda? Amindu Rashinda? Or what about Ruwangi? Ruwangi, would you like to read the third paragraph?
She is given a lot of work at home after her father beat his stepmother up. used here a lot. She also wore different clothes.
Thank you, Ruwangi. Okay, I think you read the second paragraph again, but it's okay. Right, who wants to read the third paragraph? The one starting with she is very cheerful, energetic. Who wants to read the third paragraph?
Ma'am, may I?
Yes, can go ahead.
She is very cheerful, energetic, gentle, and understanding. She is a lucky princess. Her foster mother was always with her. Her glass shoe found her true love. Later, she got rid of her sad life and lived a happy life with the handsome.
Okay, Tarushi, I think you got muted. Okay, but it's okay. Thank you for reading. Right, so, and she lived a happy life with the handsome prince. I think when you read, I think the prince, when you read, you missed out the prince. Yeah, maybe you got muted. Okay, what about the last paragraph? Who wants to read the last paragraph?
I can.
Okay, Ruwangi can read.
Kindness is here jewel. Her superpowers are kindness, good habits, and kindness. I like this character because Cinderella is very lovable and dignified character.
Okay, thank you, Ruwangi. Right, okay, so in this paragraph, there are actually a few difficult words. Okay, so how we pronounce, okay, the word. Okay, let me just draw on the screen. Okay, so this word, okay, comes from the word kind, right? So we actually pronounce it as kindness. Okay, so kind, right, being kind, then we just add that. Okay, so it's pronounced as kindness. Okay, so her superpowers are kindness, okay, good habits, okay, we pronounce this as habits, okay, and patience. Okay, so patience, it comes from what word? Who can tell me the word that patience comes from? What about Minilia? Would you like to unmute and tell me what is the word patience? What does it come from? Which word? Or what about Rashinda? Are you able to unmute? Okay, if not, then I'll just show you. Okay, so basically patience, right, it comes from the word patient. Okay, and then this word lovable, okay, so it's pronounced as lovable. So it basically just means that, okay, a character that everybody loves, a character that everyone likes. Okay, so it's we consider this a very lovable character. Okay, so this is, okay, one more word also, dignified. Who wants to give a guess? What do you think the meaning of dignified is? What about
Having a good manner.
having a good manner? Okay, good try. Who else wants to guess what's the meaning of dignified? Okay, so dignified, okay, basically is someone who is worthy of respect. Okay, that means someone that everyone actually respects. Okay, because of maybe the person's character, right? So someone who is respectable, right? That means someone who can be respected. I don't know why my pen is like this. Okay, so that is basically the meaning. Okay, that means just someone you can respect. Okay, probably because of the way the person behaves, right? So that is the meaning of dignified. Okay, so unfortunately, Rangana is not here with us to read this section. Okay, but thank you to everyone who actually managed to help her to read. Right, so for her, she was just sharing. She likes Cinderella, right? And then she mentioned about maybe she likes Cinderella because Cinderella is patient, is kind, and she finds Cinderella a very lovable character. Okay, so maybe now we just try and summarize this section together. Okay, because there's quite a lot, right? So who can tell me what's the name of the movie character that Rangana mentioned? What's the name? I just mentioned it just now. So
Cinderella.
yes, thank you, Muthu. Okay, so I'll write it here. Cinderella. Can you remember some of the characteristics? Okay, I'll go back to the slide earlier.
Kindness, patience,
Okay, yes, kind, right, patient,
lovable,
lovable, yes. Okay, so what does Rangana like about it? What else does Rangana like about Cinderella?
she is cheerful,
Okay, Cinderella is cheerful. What else?
energetic,
Energetic. Yes, okay, so Cinderella is quite cheerful, quite energetic. Okay, and then what about in the last paragraph? She mentioned why does she like this character also?
Lovable and dignified character.
Yes, okay, thank you, Dama. Right, so she also likes the Cinderella, okay, because she finds that Cinderella is a very lovable and dignified character. Okay. Yeah, I think I shall just type it out there easier. Hang on, I'll just type in. Okay, so earlier you mentioned that, right, she's quite cheerful. Okay, kind, Okay, so basically these are some of the key points. Okay, later we will use it to write the part of the role play script. Okay, now we'll move on to another presentation first. Okay, is Anu Dula here with us? I think Anu Dula is not here. Who wants to help Anu Dula read?
May I?
Or is it Mutu?
Yes.
Mutu. Okay, can go ahead.
The teledrama name is ISWA, and the name of the character is Nima. He lives in a village. He wears old clothes and is a poor person. He is an innocent boy, and his friend is an innocent boy who is helpful and kind.
Thank you, Mutu. Okay, so now I get to learn a bit more about a different character, right? I'm not sure whether this character is from the one of the shows shown in Sri Lanka, right? But actually I did Google about this, and then I saw that it's a movie. And then there were mainly, I think, the two main characters. One is Nimao and there's one more boy, both of them. Yeah, so I got to learn a bit more about this character as well, based on what your type. Okay, so I think, yeah, I'm not sure why. Okay, I know Dula's not here. Okay, yeah, so basically this is what he actually typed based on the teledrama. Okay, let me ask again. What is another word for innocent? I think I mentioned this last week. Who can remember? What is another word for innocent? Starts with N. Maybe Kasun, would you like to try? What about Tarushi? Tarushi, I saw you unmuted. Do you want to try and guess? What do you think is another word for innocent?
Innocent.
Yeah, what's another word for innocent? Okay, maybe I'll just show you the word. Okay, so I think I mentioned this last week, right? Another word for innocent. Okay, we can also use the word naive. Right? So that's just another word. Okay. Yeah, we'll move on to the next person. Okay, unfortunately, I think for Himashi, okay, he's also not here with us. Okay, but he didn't really mention what he likes about Garfield. Okay, he just mentioned that his favorite character is Garfield. Okay, but he didn't really mention why. Okay, but it doesn't matter, right? Okay, so I'll move on to the next person. Okay, Tarushi is here. So maybe Tarushi, would you like to unmute and present about what you typed? Sorry, students, I think I got disconnected. Okay, maybe Tarushi, can you unmute and read what you have written?
My favorite movie character is Harry Potter. He is a boy. He has black hair. His skin color is fair and he has two beautiful eyes. He always wears glasses. He is very intelligent. I love the way he faces obstacles. Also, I love watching the adventure in that movie. He has the ability to do magic. Harry Potter stories appears in the series.
Thank you, Tarushi. Okay, so now there's two people who like Harry Potter, right? I think last week also, okay, while you mentioned also that you like Harry Potter. So now we have two people who like Harry Potter. Okay, what is the meaning of obstacles? Who can give me another word for obstacles?
Barriers.
Yes, okay, barriers. Right, so obstacles, okay, basically can be like some of the barriers you face, some of the challenges, okay, that you face. Yeah, so that's the meaning of obstacles. Okay. What about intelligent? What is another word for intelligent?
Wise.
Okay, wise. Any more? Okay, so intelligent, we can say wise, we can say smart. Okay, someone who is very smart, someone who is very clever. Okay, so these are some other words that we can use as well. Okay, thank you, Tarushi. So now we will move on to the next presentation. Is Taruka here with us? I think he's not. Who would like to read for Taruka? Tanuka, I saw you unmuted. Do you want to read? Okay, or maybe what about Rashinda? Would you like to try and read? Or what about Dharma? Or maybe Danuan? What about Danuan? Would you like to try and read? Danuan, would you like to try and read? What about maybe Suwani? Suwani, are you there?
I don't know. What should I do?
Would you like to read what Haruka has written?
Okay.
Yeah, you can go ahead and read. Thank you.
Sir Anagarika Dharmapada, born on 17th September 1864. His mother is Maldika Heva Vitarana and his father is Don Carolis Heva Vitarana. His childhood name was Don David Heva Vitarana. In 1888, instead of his previous name, he used the Sinhala noble name of Dharmapala Heva Vitarana, saving Buddha Gaya. On 31st July in 1931, Siri Devamitta was ordained as Dharmapala. He breathed in his last on 29 April. Diligence, acting without hesitation despite many obstacles in his life. He is a national hero for working to preserve our national heritage Buddhists. For setting various examples and working to make his life second.
Okay, thank you, Suwani. Okay, so I think for Haruka, right? Okay, I think he just answered straight to the point, right? So that but it's a good try also. Like at least he tried to answer the questions, right? Okay, so I think there are some words here which is maybe a bit difficult to understand. Okay, the first one, ordained. Okay, so ordained basically means that you actually give someone a title, right? So it's like you give someone a title. So I guess here the title that he was given is the title of Dharma Pala, right? Okay, so it can be usually we can say that, for example, maybe a priest is being ordained. That is one example. Okay, so it's usually used when you confer, like you give others a title, right? Okay, so that's the meaning of ordained. Okay, and then here we have also again the use of, okay, so obstacles, similar again, right? You can say like challenges. These are the challenges that you go through in life, right? Okay, so I think for this, okay, also good to see some of you sharing about some of the characters, maybe that is quite important to you in Sri Lanka. Okay, so I also get to learn a bit more. Okay, so now I know that, okay, this character is a national hero, right? He works on preserving your national, these are the heritage, some of the culture in the country. Okay, I'll move on to the next one. Chamika, I think is also not here. Okay, maybe I'll just read this section to you, right? Okay, so my favorite character is Thor in Marvel films. According to Marvel films, he is a god, and he's the god of thunder. The reason I like him so much is because of his beard, his power, and also his muscles. He has a major role in every Marvel film, and there is a special series of him. There are 4 films and they are Thor, Thor and the Dark World, Thor Ragnarok, Thor Love and Thunder. By the way, he is also a main character in Avengers team, and he does a great job in every movie. His weapon is a hammer called Mjolnir, and later that weapon was destroyed by his sister, and he got another weapon named Stormbreaker. He is my favorite superhero character, and I really like him. Okay, so Chamika's character is Thor. How many of you have heard of Thor before? Maybe if you heard of Thor before, you can give me the thumbs up. Many of you heard of Thor before, this character. Okay, I see teacher Su Ting put her thumbs up. Okay, never mind. So maybe the rest of you, you don't really know what Thor is. So hopefully through what Chamika has mentioned, you get to learn a bit more about this character. Right? So basically he always carries a hammer with him. Okay, and then he is quite he's quite a strong character. Like he is quite a tough character also. Okay, and then it's from the Marvel film, and he's known as the God of Thunder. Now move on to the next. Okay, the last presentation for today. Okay, we have, I think Dharma is here with us. Dharma, are you able to unmute and present what you have written?
Sorry.
Yes, Dharma, you can read out your presentation.
My favorite cartoon character is Tweety Bird. Tweety, also known as Tweety P or Tweety Bird, is a yellow candy in the Looney Tunes and Metro Television series. Tweety always was male. He is a yellow candy plant that has a somewhat large head. His temper was at first short-tempered and was often angry. His catchphrase is, "I think I saw a kitten," as his character progressed. He became Tweety appears to be an innocent little bird, sweet and extremely gentle character. His enemy is Silver. Tweety's famous line is, "I saw a pussycat. I did saw a pussycat." I like Tweety because of Tweety's sweet voice.
Thank you, Dharma, for sharing about your character, right? Tweety Bird. Okay, so maybe what is the meaning of catchphrase? Okay, so catchphrase is basically something that you always, like something that you always say, something that you always repeat. So maybe for Tweety, Tweety always likes to repeat, "I think I saw a kitten," right? So that's the meaning of catchphrase. Okay, so something that you always repeat again and again. Okay, something that you always say. Something. Okay, and then I also want to mention this part. Okay, I think this was done intentionally, right? So it's not really, I think because it's the way Tweety pronounces things, right? Sometimes Tweety pronounces it in a funny way. So that's why when, Dharma typed it out, right? He also tried to type it out in like how Tweety will probably pronounce it. Okay, so it's not exactly a spelling error, it's probably the way Tweety will actually pronounce some of these words. Okay, what do you think a yellow canary is? Who wants to give it a guess? What do you think a canary, a yellow canary is?
It's a bird.
Yes. Thank you, Suwani. So a canary, okay, is actually a bird. It's a type of bird. Right? Okay, so it's referring to Tweety, right? Tweety is actually a type of bird. So it's a yellow canary. Okay, so now we will try and summarize what Zen mentioned earlier. Okay, so what was the name of the movie character that he mentioned? So he mentioned Tweety Bird. Okay, what are some of the characteristics of Tweety Bird? Who can give me one characteristic of Tweety Bird? Muthu, would you like to try?
It has